did one for just Lanterns, but we'll cut it all into this one right here. So we'll talk about everything we haven't talked about that's left. We have the Creature Commando series. This was only an animated series announced as part of the slate. Gunn has already written 7 episodes for the series. Creature Commandos will center around Rick Flag Sr., who is set to appear Elseworld in live action, portrayed by voice actor Nina Mazursky. Let's see. Then there was the Waller series, right?
Yes.
Which actually sounds like a big deal and sounds like this could help transition us as well.
Well, and again, those two that you just mentioned, I mean, Rick Flag is her go-to man,
yeah,
you know,
for sure.
and so.
And she ties in a heavy with Peacemaker right now as well.
Yes, she does. So, you know, it makes sense that these two are going to be the ones that they're starting with. And then it's going to lead into the Superman movie, which is going to be the big, kickoff for it. But
yeah, it's moving forward. The show will take place between Peacemaker season 1 and 2. This is because Gunn doesn't have time for Peacemaker right now. Doom Patrol executive producer Jeremy Carver and Watchmen scribe Crystal Henry are heading up the series. Next up is Lanterns, which will center around the 2 greatest Green Lanterns ever, of course, Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. While it's unclear if it's meant to be Greg Berlanti's Green Lantern TV series show, Lanterns will center around Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. According to DC Studios, it's a detective mystery with Green Lanterns serving as super cops on a precinct on Earth. Lanterns will lead into an overall story about ancient horror while weaving into bigger movies and DC TV shows. So this sounds awesome. So it's kind of an X-Files type of thing.
But a little bit of True Detective.
We're a little bit of True Detective where they're going out solving things. And then, as Gunn said in the video, this will end with them discovering something
ancient
that
stuff,
will be a big piece of the DCU moving forward.
Right.
So that could be them discovering Superman. That could be them discovering a villain. Who knows what that means? Let's see what else we have here that we haven't talked about yet. We have the Authority. Gunn is currently outlining the film, which will be based on the Wildstorm characters. The DC imprint will be brought into the main universe with the live-action movie. According to the DC Studios, the Authority explores anti-heroes who have good intentions while having to go to extremes to do how broken... while having to go to extremes due to how broken the world is. I have a lot of the Wildstorm comics, and I was a big fan of those when I was a kid, but I got to be honest with you, this sounds wacky. And when I first heard this, I thought, bad idea, really bad idea. But then I remembered who was announcing it to me. If you would have came to me 10 years ago and said, Guardians of the Galaxy, I'd have said, bad idea. This is a bad idea. But it wasn't, and look where we are now. So this is the perfect guide to make something like this work. So I think it can. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think that's it, right? Do we do Creature Commando?
The Authority we did. Is a movie, by the way.
Yes,
right?
for sure. Yes, it is. The Authority is a movie, and yes, the Creatures Commando is an animated series. Waller's a series, and Lanterns is a series. But yes, what do you think about these things, Lucas? The Lantern series probably being the bigger one of these to me. Obviously, the Waller series really connecting into a lot of this probably and having a lot of cameos and different stuff in it. And then last but not least, the Authority film with the Wildstorm characters. What are your thoughts on all those stuff?
So first and foremost, I'm most excited of all of these things for Green Lantern, man, because I mean, Green Lantern is such a good character, so much rich, material to deal with that they've never really given to us other than Ryan Reynolds, which even that,
I love that.
I love it because it's Ryan Reynolds, first of all, Blake Lively, but it's also like for a Green Lantern fan, it's got a lot of the lore there. But that being said, I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much on this because, they mentioned the Greg Berlanti one, right? That's been in the works forever. I'm kind of guessing that it's being scrapped or at least reworked.
Yeah, I think they're reworking it now. It seemed like they were scrapping it at first, but now it seems like they're they're trying to
do something
mix it in
different,
or something.
Right, yeah. I mean, maybe bring Greg Berlanti on still, but I think it's awesome that our Guardians of the Galaxy director is going to be involved with the Green Lantern series, which the premise for it too, with the buddy, not buddy, true detective, really.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And God, the
Yeah,
implications
Mulder
for it
and
bigger.
Scully.
That's going to be so cool. Yeah, it's going to be so cool.
Investigating, aliens
Space
and
cops, man.
yes,
That's
right.
so dope,
We're gonna see
bro.
some shit, man.
Right.
That a normal cop doesn't see. Like that's why I keep going back to X-Files, because we're really watching two detectives that are dealing with some extraterrestrial shit.
Supernatural, right.
Shit that they don't feel that they need to handle bank robbers and
Right.
normal villains. They're handling shit that we as humans don't even know exists, probably. And
For sure.
and that's exciting to see some of that stuff.
And how much of an origin story are we going to see from this? Why do both of them already have the lanterns? You know what I mean? Yada yada yada. But other than that, let's see. The Waller TV series. I'm looking forward to, obviously.
I think I'm just mainly curious of how where all that
well, and I think
goes,
that's
because
why
we
I'm
just had
excited
Black
for
Adam,
Waller.
and she was in that, and then
Well, no,
that.
I think
So
that's
does
why
she
I'm
know
so
the
excited
new
for it.
Superman, or
Is this a totally separate
Right?
Waller? And it probably is, yeah. I don't know. And I think that's why I'm so excited for it, because, we've gotten these breadcrumbs, and now I want some real dough. You know what I mean? Like, I want some real answers, and I think Waller, and in some ways, Creature Commando is going to give us some of that. But another one, that's great, right? An animated series already that's going to be tying in and back and forth. And that's going to be awesome. The Authority, to me, sounds almost like Thunderbolts a little bit. But, you were talking earlier about how James Gunn...
Suicide Squad?
Right.
Yeah.
But you were talking earlier about how James Gunn is not afraid to...
Take that
take
unknown
from the newer,
IP.
well, yeah, but newer
yeah,
things
sure,
too.
yeah.
I mean, this didn't become DC, like, it was kind of a
Yeah, it was
separate
its own
entity
thing. Yeah, yeah.
until like New 52, which was
Yeah, yeah.
2011.
Right. Yeah, the comics that I have from them aren't DC comics.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, there's so much here. We could talk about this forever.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it's super exciting stuff, man. Lots of announcements, and I can't wait to see moving forward how Gunn and Saffron and handle this, and who they choose to helm all this shit. There's a lot going on here.
James Gunn's
and then
writing
how
a lot
much
already.
and then
yeah.
how much will he helm? Like does he end up directing this whole universe? That's
maybe,
crazy.
I mean, maybe,
right? If
I'll do it myself,
that's what it takes,
take it.
As Captain America, Steve Rogers once said, whatever it takes, But anyways, guys, what do you guys think about these DC announcement shows that James Gunn has announced? Lanterns, Waller. Do you guys excited about this? Do you hate these ideas? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below.